Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Got quite a bit to talk about today. Steam is remedying a long-lasting issue on their platform where developers were manipulating the release date of certain games and constantly adjusting release dates so they could be posted in the coming soon section of Steam all the time and getting all of this promotion. That is soon going to be changed, and now developers are going to have to stick to their release dates a lot more arduously, so that's great to hear. Outside of that, there's a lot of rumblings on Death Stranding, the PlayStation 4 exclusive, possibly coming to PC at some point, because now on the official PlayStation website, they have a page where they showcase all of the PlayStation exclusives. That goes for upcoming exclusives, currently released exclusives. You'll see games like Marvel Spider-Man on there, The Last of Us Part 2, Days Gone, God of War, Ghost of Tsushima is on there. One game, however, that is notably missing is Death Stranding, and that is fueling the fire that at some point the game can come to PC, and I think there's a lot of credibility attached to that, given the fact that recent PlayStation exclusives such as Detroit Become Human have been coming to PC, although that one specifically is an Epic Games Store exclusive. We'll talk that. Crates are leaving Rocket League later this year. This was announced through the Rocket League official website. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But first up, Steam is making a big fix to their platform, a fix that maybe a lot of you guys weren't concerned about, but it's actually going to help out the quality of life on the Steam store page, and that is killing the issue of developers constantly changing the release date to their game so they could always appear in the coming soon section of the Steam store. Essentially, that would give them a lot of extra promotion that they don't deserve if you're constantly just adjusting your release date. I don't care if you're pushing the game back, but sometimes you list the game as ready to be released in a week and then the game gets pushed back another week and then another week. You were able to do that for a little bit, but now this is what Steam says when you try to change your intended release date. Quote, your intended release date is currently set as X, so X would be the date that you have set it as. If you need to make changes to this date, please contact Valve here with the reason for your new release date and what date you'd like to see it as. You should be pretty certain that your new date is the date you will release. Note, the earliest possible release date you can select is August 5th, 2019. You will not be able to hit the release button at any point after this date, regardless of what your intended release date is set as. August 5th being around the time this image was circulating the web, but now you actually have to go through Valve. You have to give them a reason as to why you want to change your release date, and if you do constantly change your release date, I imagine Valve will quickly put the kibosh on that and be like, yo, you gotta relax, figure out a release date for your game, stick to that release date. You can't just keep adjusting your release date to clog up the coming soon section and get free promotion that way. That's just not fair to all of these other games that are actually coming soon and actually deserve that promotion. So this is a great fix. I'm surprised that it took this long to implement something like this. I noticed for a little while that sometimes you would see these games constantly getting pushed back, but I was never actually smart enough to put two and two together and realize that these are just the developers adjusting the release date so they can stick onto the coming soon section and get free promotion. I don't know why it took me so long to realize that, but as soon as somebody pointed that out, I was like, oh man, that makes a lot of sense. And from a developer standpoint, yeah, I would do that too to game the system if Valve isn't doing anything about it. But now, thankfully, Valve is doing something, and that issue will be fixed up. Wanted to give a quick mention on that. Okay, moving on from that, PlayStation's official website has a PlayStation exclusives page, and you see a lot of games listed there. You see The Last of Us Part 2, you see Uncharted 4, Spider-Man, God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, you see upcoming exclusives, already released exclusives, but one game that is notably absent from that is Dead Stranding, and I actually believe in the past that the game was listed, and even if you scroll down and you look under D, Death Stranding is not there. It is not listed where they just have the entire list and the entire rundown. They have images of games like Ghost of Tsushima and other games, and then they have the entire list of all of the exclusives that are available on the PlayStation 4, and you'll notice Death Stranding is notably absent. That is fueling the fire to a lot of people thinking that Death Stranding at some point will be coming to PC. Now, it's interesting because Death Stranding is a game that is being partially funded by Sony, and Sony is helping out with the development of the game. They're giving Kojima a lot of resources in creating the game, but it's not clear in terms of what their exact involvement with the game is. Are they funding this game entirely? Was Kojima partially involved? Was there outside backers? We don't have exact details on that, but Death Stranding was a massive undertaking, and I imagine that ideally Kojima would like to release this game on as many platforms as possible. He wants as many people as possible to be playing his games, and a game like Death Stranding, I know the PC gaming audience would absolutely be eating it up. And that's a game that if it has the full horsepower of a high-end PC, it's able to be run at 4K and 60 frames per second, it is going to look really good. Now, as far as the engine is concerned, it's a brand new engine, but given it's Kojima, I think it's gonna run really, really well. Tsushima is a proprietary game engine, and it launched back in November 2013. A couple games that ran on this engine: Killzone Shadowfall, Until Dawn, Riggs Mechanized Combat League, as well as Horizon Zero Dawn. So that is the engine that Death Stranding is also also using it. And I'm sure Death Stranding implemented some other things as well. It would be very interesting to see how that translates over to the PC, because the Fox engine was one of the most incredible engines possibly in all of gaming. If you guys don't know, Metal Gear Solid 5 performance-wise was one of the most incredible games I've ever seen on PC. You had GPUs like the GTX 950, which at the time was a super budget-oriented card running Metal Gear Solid 5 at 1080p at incredibly high frame rates. It was absolutely absurd what Metal Gear Solid 5 was able to be ran at. Now, it's not like MGS5 was this juggernaut of a visual masterclass. However, at the same time, it definitely wasn't a bad-looking game, and again, given the low-end hardware the game was running at, and it was running at incredibly smooth frame rates as well. We're talking 60 frames per second, and it was running very well on consoles as well. Don't even get it twisted. It wasn't just on PC. On consoles, the game ran incredibly smoothly. I obviously played the game with a higher-end GPU, but I played the game at high resolutions, I think 1440p at the time, and I was getting a smooth 60 FPS the whole way through that. That Fox engine was just incredible, so Death Stranding, if it's going to be compared to that, it would actually have a lot to live up to. But nonetheless, I would love to see this game on PC at some point. Obviously, it's seeing its PlayStation 4 release on November 8th, and that is going to be an exclusive release, but who knows, maybe a year down the line, much like Detroit Become Human, it could see a release on PC. Now, let's just cross our fingers that it won't be an Epic Game Store exclusive. I think if a game like Death Stranding was released as an EGS exclusive, that would really upset a lot of PC gamers. At the end of the day, if you really want to play the game, you'll probably just jump onto EGS, but damn, not many people were that upset about Detroit being an EGS exclusive. However, a game like Death Stranding, a game that so many people want to play, if that was EGS exclusive, that would annoy a lot of people, and that would be very upsetting to a lot of people. But let's just hope that doesn't happen, or let's hope if it does happen that Kojima is written a big fat check, and it's at least well worth it for him, and a year down the line after its EGS release, it'll come to Steam and other platforms as well. I should always note that it's all platforms, not just Steam. I want these games to be available on every platform known to man, whether it be Origin, Uplay, Steam. Release it on the Epic Game Store, release it DRM free on GOG, I don't really care, just give me the option of buying the game where I want. But if EGS wants to come in and write a big fat check to Kojima, hey, what am I to say to Kojima for turning down, an 8-figure check? That might be promotional and business malpractice from him, but nonetheless, hopefully at some point we do see it on PC. And lastly, I do want to mention that crates are leaving Rocket League later this year. Now, I've kind of fallen off of the Rocket League wagon, however, this is really exciting. And they noted, here at Psyonix and Epic Games as a whole, we are dedicated to creating the best possible experience for our players all over the world. In pursuit of that goal, later this year, we will remove all paid randomized crates from Rocket League, replacing them with a system that shows the exact items you're buying in advance. This is similar to changes implemented earlier this year by the Fortnite Save the World team. Rocket Pass Premium, DLC cards, and esports shop items will continue to be offered for direct purchase alongside our new system. We will share more information, including timelines and rollout specifics, in the coming months. The less of this randomized crate stuff that we see in gaming, the better. I know it's kind of strange when we get so joyful when we hear news like this. I remember when I heard news of Monster Hunter World not having microtransactions or loot crates or anything like that. People got incredibly excited over that, but that really should be the standard of gaming. Unfortunately, the standard has been shifting to a lot of DLC, to a lot of randomized content, to a lot of loot drops, whatever the case may be. That it is a little joyful that when a game like Rocket League that was probably generating a lot of revenue off paid randomized crates, that they're going the other way and removing it from the game as a whole, so that's always good news. And that's going to conclude this video, guys. Again, Steam making some improvements. Now the coming soon section is going to be a little bit more easier to navigate and actually looking at games that are going to be coming soon. And if you try to change your release date too many times, I think Valve is going to do a little bit of a pushback. Is Death Stranding coming to PC? I don't know, but it has been removed from the PlayStation 4 exclusives lineup of games. And you have to remember that Detroit Become Human is not on that list anymore. Death Stranding isn't on that list. Maybe we'll see a PC release sooner rather than later. I don't imagine that it will be released in 2019. At earliest, I could see Death Stranding coming to PC in early 2020. And crates are leaving Rocket League later this year, so that's definitely exciting. That's going to conclude this video. And if you guys have a request for a future video, as always, you can leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.